This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, the 11th of February. I'm Michael Groff. There's some high clouds out there right now. Temperatures will be cooler today, a sign of things to come. More clouds for tomorrow, a slight chance we could see a shower Wednesday, Thursday, but the main event for precipitation looks to be Thursday night and Friday, our best chance for precipitation. Now, there's still quite a bit of uncertainty as to exactly where, when, and how much rainfall or snowfall there will be across the state. We'll try to figure it out as we dive on in and talk about it. First, here's that almanac from yesterday. 79 degrees, the afternoon high, 54 the morning low, obviously again above those averages of 70 and 48. Way behind on rainfall. Hopefully we can put a dent in that deficit. Looking outside right now here in the 12 o'clock hour, some high clouds out there right now, 66 degrees at Sky Harbor. Still very dry, though, in the subcloud layer. Dew points at 28. Humidity 24%. Wind from the west at 7. Barometer 29.74 inches and falling. Satellite picture out here across the west. A trough is passing by to the north of us mainly. Some high clouds associated with it for us across southern and central Arizona. The main event sits off to the north and west of us, a broader trough, a big area of low pressure out there. The old atmospheric river is going to get cranked up over the next couple of days, and that's going to bring plenty of rain and snow to California, the Pacific Northwest, the Great Basin, and some of that moisture will be directed our way. But how much? Well, again, we'll get to it in a second. Watch warning map. We've got winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories for the nation's midsection, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, some of the adjacent states. And out here in the west, obviously, the Sierra will get slammed with heavy snow, some rain for the valleys of California, coastal California, some flood watches in effect there. For Arizona, we've got a red flag warning in effect for the southeastern part of the state. That also extends into portions of New Mexico. A wind advisory up along the rim for later this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow. It's going to get breezy around here, that's for sure. Around here in southern Arizona, not quite to advisory levels, but we will see some breezes, especially by tomorrow. And again, on Friday, it should be kind of a breezy day as well. The convective outlook for today, a marginal risk of severe storms around Austin and Houston, those portions of Mississippi and Alabama. Here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix between about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Heavier amounts will be possible to the north and west of us. Up in the Las Vegas Valley, they might pick up anywhere from 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, and they could really use the rain. They are in quite the streak without measurable precipitation. I believe it's around 215 days, 215 consecutive days without measurable rain. I'd have to go back and look to be sure of that exactly, but it's right around there. You thought our streak was long. My goodness. And if you're wondering, the all-time record for Las Vegas, the longest they've ever gone without measurable rain, 240 consecutive days. So, hey, they're getting pretty close. All right, but it looks like they're going to pick up some precipitation, and they do need it. Now, this is not a drought buster, that's for sure, but in an area that's in desperate need of precipitation, we will take what we can get. All right, speaking of precipitation and what the future may hold, let's talk about that right now as we explore the models. Check it out. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run. This is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Troughing passing to the north of us. Cooler air is in here today. So as opposed to high temperatures near 80, well, for the rest of the day today, down to the surface, some clouds around, otherwise mostly sunny, high temperatures close to 70, about 10 degrees cooler than what we saw yesterday. For tonight, some clouds around at times, especially after midnight. Overnight lows should be in the 40s in the cool spots, about 50 for the urban core tomorrow. All right, a lot of clouds around. And we do think that there's going to be a decent amount of moisture, especially in the mid and upper levels, that's going to try to make its way down to the surface. So we'll call for a slight chance of showers here in the valley tomorrow. But even if we see measurable rain tomorrow, it won't be much at all. It'll be very widely scattered in nature. But don't be surprised to see a couple of sprinkles or a few light showers around through the day. The better chances will be found across northern Arizona and points to the north and west of us, but we could see a shower tomorrow. 20% chance of rain in the forecast. High temperatures, low to middle 60s, and it will be breezy at times too. All right, now as we go to Thursday, oh boy, here we go. The atmospheric river is coming on into California, And that's lots of rain for coastal California, the valleys, and of course, snow in the mountains. They'll be measuring that in feet for the Sierra. Also, rain and snow for the Great Basin, the Pacific Northwest, and some of that moisture is going to sneak eastward and into southern Nevada, parts of Arizona. Again, kind of like Wednesday, the subcloud layer is going to take some time to really get juiced up here. But we could see a shower or two in here on Thursday. Not out of the question. We'll keep that slight chance of rain in the forecast for Thursday. High temperatures pretty close to 70. We'll kind of have a mix of sun and clouds for the day on Thursday. Now, Thursday night and Friday, this low that's coming into the California coast is going to move eastward. The problem is it's going to be weakening fairly quickly. And the atmospheric river, that deeper moisture, is going to make its way eastward, but the trajectory just doesn't look great for us. The official forecast from the National Weather Service keeps us at about an 80 to 90% chance of rain on Friday. And I at the risk of disagreeing with the fine folks at the old NWS, I'm not so sure about this. This is Friday off the GFS, and it's got most of the precipitation staying across central and northern Arizona, just north of the valley. Now, that said, these types of setups can be a little tricky to forecast, and I do believe that we're going to get a band of showers and maybe even an embedded thunderstorm that comes eastward through the area Thursday night and Friday. So I do think we'll probably see some rain here in the valley, but when I say some rain, I really don't think it's going to be much. The WPC forecast says a quarter to a half inch, and at this point, and again, my thoughts on this could change as we get closer and we get in range of our convective allowing models, but at this point, I am not so convinced that we're even going to see that. This is one of those that kind of looks like a relatively high pop but low QPF event. A high probability of precipitation, but a low quantity of precip. And that's probably how this is going to go. But it can still change. There's quite a bit of model spread here regarding this. But the setup right now, synoptically speaking, I'm just not wild about it. I do have a 70% chance in the forecast. Normally I'm not one to disagree much with the Weather Service in the official forecast here. I usually frown on that, but I'm not quite convinced of the precipitation chances just yet. All right, so high temperatures on Friday, that's also going to be tricky. I think mid 60s to about 70. I think there's going to be some sun, but we'll still see a lot of clouds and those chances of showers with us through the day. That should move pretty quickly off to the east, and by Friday night, we'll see a decreasing trend of showers, and then Saturday, maybe a shower or two across northern and eastern Arizona, maybe even clipping parts of northern, northeast Maricopa County. But overall, the day looks like it'll be partly cloudy in the morning, mostly sunny in the afternoon. And just a gorgeous day, really. High temperatures, again, somewhere in the mid to upper 60s. We should warm it up at least decently by Sunday. High temperatures getting back in the 70s. Right now on Monday, we have high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. That might be a bit overdone, but I guess we'll have to see how this next little short wave coming on in sort of evolves here. Because this is a week from today, Tuesday the 18th, and there's this little short wave that's coming through. It's not going to amount to anything of significance. I guess there could be a shower or two across northern Arizona. I doubt we'll see anything in the southern part of the state, but again, we will keep an eye on this and how it develops. That little feature wasn't really there on yesterday's run, so now we'll see how it evolves. Now, going out 10 days, this is Thursday the 20th. We got a little baggy trough off to the south and west of us and, ridging off to the west. That just looks like temperatures a little bit above average and some clouds around, but otherwise fairly dry conditions. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix. This is what you guys really want to know about. This is why you're here. This is off the GFS Ensemble. It's out through the 25th of February. And like I said, when we talk about precipitation forecasts, when we talk about a lot of things, I like to use the mean, the ensemble mean. And ensemble mean is actually under 0.15 of an inch. And the European ensemble isn't much more bullish either. Again, it pretty much has all of the members showing precipitation, but not a lot. I got a couple of outliers there, but for the most part, yeah, this is not going to be a big, robust precip event. And I don't want people to get too hyped up or too excited about it. I know that there's some of that going around. People are talking, oh, we're going to get it's just a big rain event. Finally, a really significant, meaningful rain event. And I guess it depends on what your definition of meaningful rain or significant rain is, but I don't think so. Right now, if I had to pin an exact number, I mean, your number is going to vary depending on where you are in the valley, but I think pretty much a few hundredths for most of us, probably at most a quarter of an inch for the favored areas. Carefree, Cave Creek, Scottsdale. And again, there could be an isolated spot that sees more than that if a thunderstorm happens to rumble across. But generally speaking, this is not going to be a big time rain event. But hey, we'll take whatever we can get, right? And this could still change. You know, my thoughts on this might change by tomorrow, especially once we get in the range of those convective allowing models. All right, temperatures off the national blend of models. Hey, the trend is up after all this kind of winds down here. By next week, we'll be back up in the 70s, maybe approaching 80 degrees. I guess we'll have to see how that short wave evolves next week, if there's signs of more troughing that develops. But right now, it sure looks like temperatures are going to be above average after this system passes on through. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions, all the YouTuber stuff that we're just required to say. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and make a monetary contribution to us. Or even better is if you donate directly via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. It's a really great way to help support this channel, keep this all going. All right. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. The banner's around here somewhere. There it is. Talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her blogs, videos, everything Michelle related and tangentially Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description. So check that out. Also, our streaming station, it's there 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music and have a lot of fun with that. So there was another graphic here I had prepared I was going to show you, and it's the precipitation from the national blend of models. And it's over 0.4 of an inch. It's just under half an inch. And again, you know, I love the NBM. I love this product. I think it's a great product. But this is just one of those times where I don't necessarily agree with it. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I want us to get a half an inch of rain. And this is one of those times I would gladly be wrong. And I would come on here and say, yes, I was wrong. We got a dumping of rain. Everybody got rain. Great news. Just not so sure about it. All right. That's just my thoughts on it right now. This is Tuesday. We're talking about an event that's really Thursday night, Friday. So things can still change. All right, folks, that's it. Thank you so much for watching and all of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe out there, and you guys have yourselves a delightful, dare I even suggest a beautiful rest of your Tuesday.